anytime NDC is in government, Bawku is at peace. Unfortunately, as soon as NDC leaves government, the Bawku crisis flares up again.
Just yesterday,
Ebusian for near former President Mahama and NDC. Na some okay nange for a year Bawku. Ye name Bawku in some HSC if you home by Enre ya you kunipa bako Bawku. Na a year na President Mahama air casano, name some HS okay nanisem. So omoba power. Omo power no na Bawku asumdwe hopa. No mufi power pe na Bawku aye near sese na former president nsama o kano ebusia for sisi anmo na mo wa aban mu na enre ye kunipa baako Bawku nti se na wugina beebi na wo ka se momo wo power Bawku asumdwe mu ba mumu fi power na Bawku ebusia for se ne nsam no etie no yenu be mebi analysis edi nsam bi to ebe fe enu be ma no na ye ni na edi nkomo ni yetie ne ekoso ewo magane mu ewo Bawku senti Bawku fonto kwa we bepimenne no Bawku enne ento Bawku nto kwa echese ekoso no esuntwada ne adechi bi NDC baba power bia no na ntokwa erezi ewo Bawku nsam bebre eka ho nti yebeti enu abe ma no nsama ode etudwa ne ewia asanso aba ebedu ho enkomo aha Kintu TV miswe ni dem se ne no face that would back into TV so myself so best Escalation na wa share to other platform no ma comment or comment section ase e more information so be notification bell so ma se be block into TV no why first person na wonya nsem ni bi ese no hu yakoso e wo ma gana mu yanjo brani nkopi mo Bawku.
one person died in Bawku. They have gone to burn down the house of the police commander in Bawku. And the reason why I'm speaking about Bawku is because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama told our people in Bawku that it was Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia who was fueling the Bawku war, the fighting in Bawku, that it was being sponsored by Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. That was what John Dramani Mahama told the people in Bawku. That the reason there is still curfew, or there was curfew in Bawku under the government of Akufo-Addo, is because Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is a wicked son of the north, and on per se Bawku also enjoy how movement, freedom of movement as it is all over the nation. Enti omukotoa bana omuntu abatia Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia in the party. Even the MP from that side also use the same message. Say MPP for na omudi na omumpese Bawku no peace be wo asumdwe be wo Bawku. They said all of these things. They sold this kind of message to our people in Bawku. So we were thinking that since it was as it is Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia who is so wicked that he is the one fueling the Bawku conflict, then once NDC comes into power, John Mahama comes into power, within a month at most, Bawku conflict should have died down. And because they know that they have made this promise about the whole Bawku conflict, when they came, those media houses that were reporting the giving up-to-date update about the way the conflict is going, they closed them down, saying that they are NDC media houses. You see the whole agenda. They knew that Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia was not involved in that conflict. He had no hand in it. But because that is what they used to deceive the people there, when they came into office, they do not want those of us in the south and in the middle belt to know what is going on in Bawku. Now, if they don't want, since they do not want us to know what is going on in Bawku, how do they come about? What do they do? Madam, thanks for the gift. What do? They will close down the radio station that was relaying information to Ghanaians, and they closed it down. So for a while now, we are not actually presented with the actual picture of what is happening in Bawku. Let's ask ourselves, police commander in Bawku, what will happen now and the youth to go and burn down his official residence? It tells you that there are a lot of things going on in Bawku that we are not being told here in the south. That is not being reported to those of us in the south here. And per people on the ground, people who are actually way up north, who are close to Bawku, we are being told right now that the situation in Bawku is worse than it was under Akufo-Addo. That's what we are being told. That the situation right now, when you go to Bawku right now, deadlier than what it was under MPP. Spike says yes. And this is the government we voted for. A government that will lie to you about cocoa price, deceive you. Now will come and tell you I cannot increase it. And it's bringing gold board to come and create the same kind of problem for us. And then a government that will tell you that a conflict that they should all have come together and have said, no, Bawku, enough is enough, stop it. No, they did politics with it. After doing politics with it, now they want to hide the truth from the whole country.
And let nobody say it's a fight between ethnic groups. There is politics behind it. And there are people who deliberately fund that crisis. Everybody, the majority of people in Bawku, Kusas,
So they closed down radio stations that were relaying actual information. Those radio stations are closed now, and so the only thing that we get to hear is what we see on social media. Now see where the conflict is. Every day people are dying. And now people are even dying more. That's this past 3 months. They are dying more. And do you know why they are dying more? Should I tell you? They are dying more just because of an election. Our people on the other side did not mind going to bring those Burkinabés down here. And a lot of guns were circulated in the system. So now, for the conflict in Bawku, people who are not even natives of Bawku have added themselves into the conflict. People who are even there who did not have access to guns now have access to guns because a certain political party decided that whether they win the election or they were going to tear Ghana apart. And this is where we are. That is the kind of government we have voted for to come and rule us for the next 4 years ahead of us. This is the reset we were promised. And indeed, if there is one thing that John Mahama, His Excellency, is doing very well, it is the promise he made that he was coming to reset the country. Because this indeed is a reset. It's taking us back to factory reset and factory default settings. Yes, that's what John Mahama is doing. And the more I even think about the cocoa farmers, the sadder I become. No, as far as you are not late, I'm just getting started actually. Okay, the more I hear about this whole cocoa farmers thing and all, the sadder I become. The more I hear about the Bawku conflict, the sadder I become. Is it not amazing? Was this the Ghana we had just over 4 months ago? No. This is not the Ghana. Under Akufo-Addo, every year cocoa prices were going up. Under Akufo-Addo, every single year cocoa prices were going up. Every year. In fact, there were big jumps in the price of cocoa. Nobody knew that one day cocoa bag would be above 2,000 in Ghana. Nobody knew. And the Abe comes, he won't do anything about it. He says he'll not increase it. You see, what is even more painful is that they have admitted in the letter that Ivory Coast had increased its prices. So how do you tell the Ghanaian farmer not to smuggle the cocoa out to Ivory Coast and go and sell? Now, who would you want? It doesn't make sense to you. And who would you want? Doesn't make sense to you. Say my next door neighbor is buying it at a better price. You are telling me not to do everything possible to sneak into Ivory Coast to go and sell it. Who would you want? It doesn't make. I will risk everything to smuggle it. And the same thing is coming to happen with our gold. And I tell you, when it gets to gold, it's even deadlier. Because people do not mind going to buy gun to protect gold. We are treading on dangerous territories. And we must call our leadership to order. And you see, for aspiring and the people who have been asking, what can we do? What can we do? Today we've seen what we can do when we show up.